In today's video, we will talk about money. You will learn why fixing your money blockages is even more important than you are expecting. Also, what else affects your money situation? What are the invisible or the foundational reasons that are causing or affecting your income? Also, we will discuss some very common family patterns which are coming from your family system and which can affect you subconsciously without you recognizing it. So you will understand both of the sides, like what is the logical piece and also what is the irrational or subconscious piece that's also affecting your money situation. And at the end, I will also share with you about the possibilities of astrology and GSR and how they can help you improve your financial situation, work on your money flow, and have more abundance in your life. So let's get started with this first major reason why money is so important and why actually fixing your money blockages can have unexpected positive impact on your whole life. And I will not talk about the obvious side that we just need money in this world for basically our regular life and for the things that we want, at least the material stuff. That's a given, everybody understands this concept. But what we may not understand is that money is related to many other life areas. Money is related to our confidence. Money is related to our resourcefulness, our ability to connect to the world, to our health, our relationships, our career success, our creative expression. And the truth is that when we work on money issues, basically we work with all of the other areas. So by fixing your money blockages or issues, you're improving your whole life. Not just because you have more money to buy yourself stuff, but because you are working on the other more foundational things. For example, if you have problem with confidence, you feel like you don't believe in yourself or you are not worthy or other are better than you, like there are many variations of this. This affects your income. This can lead to a smaller income. If you think you are unworthy, chances are you will have some money blockages. So in order to fix your money blockages, we need to work also with your confidence. So the two positive results that you have at the end is your income has improved and also your confidence is much better. So money really involves everything else in our lives. And that's on a very subconscious level. That's on an energy level. So if you want to improve your life significantly, I highly recommend you to work on your money blockages, because the secondary benefits of this work will surprise you and will fascinate you. I'm pretty sure about this. Another thing which is also essential, money is energy. So energy is something that comes from within us. And how much we have in the real world, in the material world, is resonating with our energy. Wherever you are financially in your life right now, if you're a millionaire or you are in huge debt or you have something in between, whatever this is, it resonates with your energy inside. Not with what you want, not with what you deserve, but with your whole energy. So when we work on this energy internally, we can have different results. And I want to bring to your attention one very common, one very good example. Think about the lottery winners or people who out of the blue receive huge amount of money. Statistics shows that within certain amount of time, a year or 2 years or maybe even less, the person is back to where they were before. Why is that? Because their energy system cannot handle such huge amount of money. So they give it to other people, they waste it, they may make bad decisions, whatever. So this is a very, very good example that we all have the money that resonates with our energy. We cannot have more. We cannot contain this energy. And there is also one idea that hypothetically, let's say that we take all the money that exists right now and we give every person an equal part of this amount. So hypothetically, let's say everybody will have like 100 of those parts, whatever the whole amount of money is. The concept says that within, again, a year or two, we will go back to how we were before. So if before that you used to have millions, even if they take this away and they give you just the portion that everybody else receives, you will find a way to get back to what you were before. If you were broke, again, you will go back to being broke. This is hypothetical, of course, but I think that there is some truth in that, because our energy will still be the same. So if we can't manage this amount of money, we will find a way to lose it, or to give it away, or to spend it on meaningless things. And if we have the energy of earning, attracting, and saving the money, we will find a way to do it again. So what is the point of this, of those two stories? The point is that everything is inside of us. And the good news is that your financial situation depends on you. That's also the bad news, that you are the reason for your financial situation. When I say you, I mean your system, your energy. This is not only purely yours, because there are many things that come from the family system, but you can work with those. So you have access. You can change this. So that's essential. And it means that we should also realize how much power we have to control our lives or to change things. So let me tell you about some of the major things that affect our financial situation. And they seem like remotely connected to money, but they are actually foundational. So first of all, money is related to our ability to receive. If you have problems with receiving, and I can tell you from my experience, I used to be honestly quite surprised by this, at least at the beginning of my practice, when I saw that many people actually have a problem with receiving. Not so much with giving, but with receiving. So if this is something difficult for you, chances are it will affect also your financial situation and your income. So those are blockages that you really need to work on. The other side of this is that money requires exchange, connection with others, with the outside world. If we are very closed emotionally, energetically, especially energetically, it's very difficult to maintain a healthy balance of giving and receiving. So people who want to separate from the world or don't want to engage or connect, they very often have also financial problems. And it doesn't mean that if you are introverted, you will have financial problems. Absolutely not. Those are two different things. But if on an energy level you are closed, you will just have difficulties to interact energetically with others, including with processes, not only with people. So this is something that can also be foundational for your financial situation. Next thing on our list is the self-worth. And how much do you think that you deserve? And here, it's a tricky part because, yes, some people like openly say that they have problems with this, that they have doubts if they are good enough, if they are worthy, if they really deserve it. But I can tell you that sometimes even people who demonstrate lots of confidence actually only compensate with this, and deep down, deep inside, they're still wondering. They still have doubts if they are worthy, if they deserve. They just don't want other people to see it. It's so painful that they cannot even admit this, they cannot even embrace it. So self-worth issues are very, very common, and they are very, very important for our financial situation. The next thing is one that may not be a favorite to many people, but is still very important, and it's about responsibility. The more responsible we are, the more we can control and manage our financial situation, the more we can manage also resources, and that includes money as well. So when I say responsibility, this is very foundational. It's about your ability to take responsibility for your own life, for different aspects of your life, for different things that are important for your life. And if you are avoiding taking too much responsibility, this also leads to money problems and is also essential and can be a blockage. The next very common reason is related to how grounded you are. If you are very ungrounded, if you live in the clouds, in fantasies, in illusions, in dreams, chances are you have difficulties with money, because money is something very practical and something very connected to the material world. It's a concept that we humans have invented, and it's a social component. So in order to have more money, we need to be more grounded. We need to be more in touch with reality, more present, more realistic. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have dreams or we shouldn't be creative or that we should neglect our imagination. Absolutely not. But we should keep a very good connection with the earth, with the material world. Otherwise, again, money problems on the horizon. And the last on my list is also something that can be a little bit or more subconscious, but it's also very common. if generally in your life you're taking a child position. This also ruins your financial independence and success. And this is, again, in my experience, probably more common than expected. If you don't step up as an adult to be completely independent of parents, of other people in general, this creates the whole circle. So this is something to work on. You need to have a very stable, present adult position in your life in general if you are 18 or older. But especially if you are already, 25 and above, if you have already graduated, you have finished your education, you need to be an adult. If you still try subconsciously to go back to the child position, the position where other people will take care of you, they will find the solution, you will be protected. I'm not judging. We choose those roles because we feel very unsafe. So everybody has their very good reasons to do it if they do it. But you also may choose other reasons to work on that and to fix it. Because you can't be financially stable and successful if you are in a child position. That's just the facts. The next topic that I will discuss is even more interesting because it goes beyond our personality. It goes beyond what we are consciously aware of. And it's extremely important. Those are patterns or models that come from the family system. And this is specifically what GSR is working with. Those are things that have happened to someone in our family system. It could be someone we know or someone that has lived many, many generations before us. And the negative experiences of those people are affecting us right now subconsciously. Of course, also we receive resources from our family system, and this can bring us some abilities or talents or skills or many positive things. That's also true. But especially when it comes to money, if you think about it, in every culture, in every place of the world, especially in the past, people have struggled with money in general. So there are many, many negative experiences that our ancestors have had related to money, and that's affecting us. And at the top of the list are experiences that have triggered or that has brought some kind of danger. And that's, again, very, very common. For example, let's say 3 generations before you, a grandfather or someone who used to have money and resources, and because of that, they got killed. This creates a pattern in the family system that having money equals danger. And those are like the strongest, the deepest blockages. If something triggers your safety, your system will try to do everything possible to avoid it. So if there have been such experiences, and in my practice, it shows that almost every family system, or more accurately, every family system has had some kind of money problems in the past. So especially when that affects the safety of the person, those are very deep-rooted blockages. And consciously, you will know and think that you want more money. You can do your best, work hard, and all of, the logical things. And you don't know why it just doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for you because somebody in your family system have been in a huge danger, or they have suffered a huge pain or loss because they have had money. So that's a very, very common reason. And again, different cultures, different countries have different history, but if you think about it, like 100 years ago, 200, 500 years ago, is there a place where where there hasn't been poverty or illness or losses? I highly doubt this. So in our family systems, we all have some negative experiences related to money as well. And that's still in us, that's still affecting our life. So the number one blockages are those that ring your safety alarm internally. So if something internally sounds like it's dangerous, you can have a problem because of that. You might get hurt, you might get killed. You will not be able to hold this in your life. You will do whatever you can subconsciously to get rid of it. So danger / safety, very, very important for money. Some other very common family patterns are related to loyalty. If there are family members, ancestors that have been poor, many of us have subconscious loyalty to those people. So my grand or great grandfather was a very good man, very, honorable man, but he was also poor. And subconsciously, I have loyalty to this. Like, I want to be respected also. I want to be subconsciously a good person like my great grandfather. It means I'm also loyal to the poverty he has experienced. So this is also essential and very common, to have subconscious loyalty to our ancestors that have lived in poverty or have faced some losses, or, for example, something was taken away from them. There are also many stories about those. And again, consciously, of course, you understand that doesn't make any sense. Like, you don't know those people. Also, how are you helping them if you're just following their steps? Again, doesn't make any sense. But that's beyond your conscious awareness and beyond every logic. It's very deep and it's subconscious. So that's also something to work on. Next on our list is fear of rejection. Again, if you are part of community, circle of people that have certain financial level, income, resourcefulness, you can also be loyal to those, because subconsciously you feel that if you have much more than those people, you will be rejected or you will be excluded. That may apply to your family as well. For example, let's say 2, 3, 5 generations, doesn't matter, ago, before you, there has been a person in your family that has been very creative and they achieve huge success. The rest of the family doesn't like them, doesn't like him, because now he has much more than others. So, for example, the siblings don't want to talk to him, or they expect something from him, like it creates a mess. So this creates a pattern of, fear that if I have more money, I will be rejected, I will be excluded from my family or from my society or community or whatever. Again, you live your life happily, or the way you live it, you do your best, you try to earn more money, and it doesn't work. One of the reasons can be related to this subconscious fear that you will be excluded, you will be rejected if you have much more than others. The next very common family scenario is if there is a pattern of dependency. For example, again, in many cultures, especially for the previous generations, women used to be quite dependent on men. That's just facts and history. And this can still be an inner model or pattern that subconsciously we may follow. And this is not only for women nowadays. A man can also have such pattern that is coming from, for example, from the women, ancestors, women in his family system. So this is not gender related, but is also very common. If you have this inner pattern and you're following it to depend on others, on your parents, on your spouse, on, I don't know, siblings, for example, this will also prevent you from having more money, because if you have more money, you will not be dependent. But you can't have more money because you are dependent. And that's not, something rational and pragmatic. That's something that comes from, again, the models of the family system that you are following subconsciously. So also very important. Other common patterns could be to be in debt, constantly in debt. Banks, people, relatives, you name it. Many people also have this. As soon as they earn something, they lose it, or they need to make more expenses, or obviously there are so many variations of this. This again can be a family pattern. And I want to repeat again that those are family members that you don't know about. It doesn't mean that you should know them, you should like them, or you should communicate with them. They are still living within you. Their energy is there with you all the time. So it's essential. And one more thing, which is also very interesting. If you have fear of losing something, or fear of losing something that you really care about, this can also prevent you from having money, because when you don't have money, nobody can take it away from you. If you have money, hypothetically, it can be taken away from you. And again, this could be related to stories in the family. Someone having money or resources and they are taken away from them. From, I don't know, the government, or they have been robbed, or whatever. So it's so difficult for the person to overcome this loss that it creates a model. You better not have anything, then you are not risking losing it. Also, very, very common and very important. Of course, now I can't tell you like all of the possibilities, because that would mean to describe every, human story, which is basically impossible. But there are so many things that affect how much we have, how much we earn, how much we spend, how much we can save, and anything in between. So I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that money is related to everything else in your life. And when you focus on fixing the money issues, basically you are fixing everything else in your life. So it's a huge work, but it's so worth it and beneficial. And I would like to share with you actually, besides this conscious awareness and understanding, what else is also possible and how we can fix those. Right now, what I'm doing or offering for my clients is a package of Astrology GSR sessions. First, a few words about GSR. What is it? GSR is a revolutionary method which works with your inner world, with your inner state, with your energy on a subconscious level and on many other levels as well. And what we do with this method is that we fix internally those energy blockages. So, for example, if in your family story, family history, there has been, let's say, tendency for women to depend on men, we work on this. We return the energy back to the source where it has started. So it's a very healthy, safe work, the most transformational I have found so far. And it really allows us to change all of those patterns, everything that you're not even aware of, and you don't need to be aware of it. So, what we do with astrology and GSR, first, we focus on your birth chart. We analyze your patterns. What is affecting your income, your ability to earn, your ability to save, your spending habits. And from there, we can find what we need to focus on, which are your blind spots, the things that you're not even consciously aware of. And this gives us a direction, what we should focus on, what we should work on. And then with GSR, we fix those blockages, those things that you may not even recognize. We also have a few other sessions which are specifically focused on money flow. And they are extremely interesting because those flows are energies that you don't recognize, you're not aware of, but they affect you. So honestly, it's a little complicated to put it shortly and clearly, but the general idea is that we work on your money flow and the flows that affect you from the outside world, from other people. So it's a huge work. It's very deep and it's very transformational. And then again, we also work with specific barriers. So there is a variation or a special type of practice which allows me to find specific barriers on your money flow. And it's unpredictable. I can't say in advance how many barriers you have. They could be 2, they could be 5. We don't know in advance. And again, we find those and we work on them. So all of this as a package basically transforms your whole life, because as I already told you, it's never about money. Even though people say, well, it's always about money, but here we know that it's never just about money. Things are very deep and they affect your whole life. So basically, this type of work can really transform your whole life. But here, I want to be crystal clear also about what you can and what you should expect. This is not a quick fix. This is not a magic pill. This is not somebody else doing what you are supposed to do. What we do is, yes, we definitely fix your energy, fix the flows, clear the barriers, which is huge. But you should be very aware of the fact that this process requires change. And many people don't really want to change. So you need to think about it. Are you ready and are you willing to change yourself? If you don't want to change, you will have a huge resistance to the process. So that's why I want to be clear that this is for people who are ready and willing to change. And that's essential. Also, this is a path. So it takes time. It's a process. And also a very important part, you need to do your part in the outside world. So yes, we will fix your barriers, your energy flows, the blind spots, like absolutely. But then you can't stay at home on your couch watching Netflix and expect miracles. You need to do your part. You need to try something. You need to do something. You need to learn something. So this is also essential part, that you need to engage and you need to make actual steps in the outside world. And if you're ready to do this, if you are excited and willing to make changes, to go through this process, to walk this path, and also to take action, real action in your life, then absolutely, this is exactly for you. So I'm very excited about this possibility because this really changes your life, the life of people you love, and yeah, who knows how many other positive things. So I hope I have given you some ideas where to look at or what you should work on, or actually how many other things are relevant to money. And when you do this work, the sky is the limit, my friend, really. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are interested in this package and in this type of work, you can check the links below and contact me for more details. I hope you have an abundance in your life. Thank you so much for joining me.